everything
right,
that look like us ain't us.
right.
You got to
But
remember that part because just,
right,
just because they was melanated don't mean they on the same frequency as the Earthborn.
and just because that's my next question to you. So those melanated people that started ancient Greek and ancient Rome, were they us? Were they Africans? Could they have been Dravidians? Could they have been Indians? You know what I'm saying?
Rome was started by Etruscans. Matter of fact, just do this. Read African presence in early Europe by
Mm,
edited by Ivor Van Sertima, and that'll get you caught up on the involvement of melanated people in the development of Europe. Once you
okay.
get caught up on the early development, you're gonna see how prominent the hand of melanated people was in the depraved society that existed. It's melanated people that's running the construct of this new society we in now that's falling from power, that's pushing
No.
this elemental Q agenda.
See, earlier you said the Pope had the most power. Now it's
No,
over
I
here. It's a
said the
different
Pope
thing.
answered to blackamoors.
See, no. Listen, the Pope doesn't have more power than NATO, and that's just a fact. NATO's running this
Okay.
bitch into this ish into the ground for sure. Now, when it comes to the country, we can't say there's black people running this country because it's not. Black people don't have. We have a spending dollar trend spending power. But we don't have the most millionaires per capita, the most billionaires per capita. We're not making as much money as these white people, these Chinese people, these Arabs. So we can't say that we're out here running the country and we're controlling it from a black hand when we know obviously we don't have enough money to do that. We're not buying politicians. There's people, white people like George Soros, buying politicians. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Uh,
I agree.
all right, all right. Come on, black people. All the other people in the chat. I know y'all see that cash app. Come on, man.
Mm.
Come on, man.
Well,
Come
like
on,
I said,
man.
I
Come on,
agree with
man.
you
Stop
with the
playing. I know
most.
y'all see the cash app in the chat. Show
So
some
I
love,
want to
man.
end. I want to end on something that we agree on, and I want to ask you because from my research, right, I don't believe in that out of Africa theory. Everyone's not from there. You know what I'm saying? And I did my own research, and I came across Gassini's distribution, aka natural distribution, which is a mathematical formula for how everything, animals, plants, etc., even statistics, how it's just a mathematical formula for how everything was distributed over the planet. And if we follow Gassini's distribution, or aka natural distribution, it would not lead us to everyone coming out of Africa. It would most likely lead us to think that everyone populated the planet at a certain point in time, maybe the Big Bang, maybe a little bit after. You know what I mean? So I want from your opinion and from your knowledge, can you give us anything compared with the natural distribution compared to the out of Africa theory?
Yeah. If you go down to Teotihuacan, there's a temple
Mm-hmm.
complex with seven distinct different facial phenotypes. That's where Earthlings were made.
Okay, I'm definitely going to look into that. I kind of know about what you're
All
talking
right,
about, and
thank
I'm
you.
leaning towards you, but I'm definitely going to look into that. I
All right,
appreciate
thank
you,
you,
brother, and
brother.
you definitely one of them.
All right, Meta
Thank you,
Williams.
brother.
What's up, brother? Meta Williams is on the call.
Pontiac, what's up, man?
Peace, God. Peace. How you feeling?
What's up, God? It's been a while, man. Last time I rapped to you, I was at my brother's crib. We chopped it up for a minute.
Yeah, I think I remember too.
We chopped it up a few times, though.
Yeah. What's on
What's
your
good
mind,
with you?
man? I'm good, man. Just taking it easy, trying to help enlighten as many people as I can with my limited knowledge.
Hey, you on the right? You in the right place, though. You know, Sai, he be
Sinetta,
bringing it, man.
Sinetta been
He be,
doing this. I was when he started. I was doing prison debates on the
yeah,
yard.
but hey,
Right.
then I was like, look, I was on the show. It was me and the pop, and the brother was talking about he was going into the Geno and everything, and you know, and last thing I remember me and you talking about was mitochondria, and mitochondria is passed on by the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right or wrong?
100%.
So within religion and everything else, it demonized the woman, but in all actuality, they are the goddesses. They, if we all to get married, we supposed to be taking their name.
It told them in their Bible that you should leave your mother and father and go
Yeah,
into your wife and become one flesh. It didn't
exactly.
say
But
it didn't say she should leave her mama and father and come move in with her husband and become one.
and
So
then now, I wanted to
the
bring that to the platform to everybody attention on mitochondria, and I just want you to go in a little bit because I've been studying a little bit on it.
the women's mitochondria can be genetically tested to the deep soil of the part of the earth that they organically from, meaning that they first bloodline they lack Z gene, which is known as the immortal gene. It's traceable by bloodline, and these are the ones that's heritable to the earth. And the 12 regions of the earth make up the 12 daughters of Isis that each was responsible for populating a different part of the planet. This is mitochondrial connection to the great mother or the first mother, prima mater, the prime mother. This genetics is so distinct. This is why they say black women have the God gene,
Mhm.
because she has the ability to produce all of the nations of the earth in this gene. And it's the mitochondrial and the X chromosome that's passed down from mother to daughter. And this is how they get first right to the rights to the earth, because they are tied to it through mitochondrial synchronization. And the men are heritable, but they can't pass it, meaning that they can inherit the right to rule, but they can't pass the right on without the agency of a woman.
So it goes back to England, right? And you know how they broke the Queen's wand. Is that indicating that the rule of how they was trying to demonize the woman is over?
No, 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 no. When they broke her wine, it was the breaking of the spell cast by John D. You have to look up John D to know who I'm talking about. Well, he taught the queen how to cast a spell that they end up doing the George Washington conjure is what I call it. They that was the knowledge. When the queen's wand was broke meant that the spell that the queen cast was now broken. Only the secret society knew exactly what it meant. Hey, my phone about to die, sir.
All right, real quick, let me, hey, James, you got to turn on your camera, James. Stop being scared. Come on, turn on the camera. Dots, we got Dots in the building. Dots, you're
Hey,
gonna come
oh,
up,
hey, hey,
and his camera
hey,
get
hey.
ready, his phone get ready to die. So come on, Dots.
Hey, big bro, what's up? What's up? I hope you're doing well.
What's going on?
All good, all good. And major salute and shout out to Unscrambled Minds. I know it can get spicy sometimes, you gotta be suited and booted. But peace to the brother. I didn't catch the beginning of the show, right? So I don't know if you talked about this, but you did mention it in one of the other people when they were asking you a question. So I had heard you mention the Vatican, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my question was around the role of the Christian church and how it laid the foundation and gave legitimacy to the formation of like United States treaties, laws, and in the setup of our government or corporation, even though there's supposed to be a separation of church and state. And one of those, as you know, was the Christian document of discovery in 1452. So if I don't know if you touched on that already, but if you don't mind, can you just explain what that was and how it allowed the invaders to take the land, enslave the
Yeah,
people,
I did
etc.?
talk about it earlier. It's known as the white man's burden, and
Yeah. Okay, you did.
the
Okay.
so the Pope edict, known as the Doctrine of Discovery, is the commission that all of the treaties made after that is built on.
Right.
Once he repeals that, which he did, then all of the treaties that was predicated upon the rights of discovery were also repealed along with it. That's called fruit of the poison tree doctrine, where if one piece of evidence that all of the rest of the evidence was discovered because of is faulty, then you can't use nothing that was found because of it. If you take away a foundational document, everything that's built on that foundational document rescinds with it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the Pope's orders and decree that allowed them to set up the contract.
How to intensive. So when you come out of the next year's conference, you should be able to know how to. They're going to condensing their worker right now to condense an 8-week course in those 3 days because the fourth day is our holistic day. So we want you to come and be a part of that, but we're just giving you a heads up. And now I'm going to switch back to you because I knew I had to put it in there before you were gone because if you end it and I tried to talk about this, they're going to be gone, right? Look, I know how these Negroes are. They were like, oh, you're not talking. She's giving an ad. So now you want to hear it. See, some of them had already left because I started talking about, but it's still 1,300 plus of you here. So we got more time. I got as much time as you want. I just wanted to put that in there in between because I know how people is. Look how they is. So, and listen, I'm drinking soursop tea. So anybody that thinks this is something else, this is soursop tea. Just so you know.
I'm not a big drinker, but if I was a big drinker, I probably would be drinking something.
Yeah, but this is tea. This soursop is good for what ails you. So
I
anyway,
do like a nice shot of cognac on ice.
oh, I don't drink either, but somehow the few times that I've looked at Club Shay Shay, I'd be like, I need to taste that stuff. Everybody talking about how smooth it is. I'm not a drinker, probably wouldn't be smooth to me,
If
but
you're
I'd be
not
like,
a drinker, that means
I'm
your throat gonna taste like you drunk straight alcohol.
don't see. I can't.
But if you a drinker, it don't mean the same as it do for non-drinkers. So smooth for a non-drinker don't mean smooth. It only means smooth for other drinkers.
Okay, okay. Well, I buy soursop leaves. There's a sister here has she's an African sister from Africa has a store, and I can buy a bag of the leaves, not crumbled up in tea bags. I mean a big bag of. So I throw like about 15, 20 leaves in the pot and boil. After the water boils, and then let them simmer and make myself some soursop tea. Really good. Where can we get the soursop? Oh, I get mine from right down, look, right down the street. No, from. But you know what? Actually bought. Believe it or not, y'all. I bought soursop tea bags. So it's like they crunch the leaves up, put them in bags on Temu. But I just like using the whole big leaves out of the sister bag because she's it's like $16 and I could probably end up making like gallons of it with what I get. But Timu actually does sell. Just look on Amazon or something like that if you're not if you're not in this area or in an area that has a holistic store. But they have a store here right here that sells the leaves and I get the leaves and make the tea. Somebody else said, "Oh, I like that." So you can get at their yard in Jamaica. So there's somebody right here that has them in their yard, and that's what's up. That's what's up. uh, Somebody said, "Happy birthday!" Is it your birthday?
My birthday was Sunday.
Oh, it's your birthday. Oh, listen. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I'm gonna put your look, I can't get anything. You can't get it in Rhode Island, but you can get some soursop tea on Amazon. They'll ship to anywhere. Let me put this. I'm gonna put this back up here. So listen, thank you for. I didn't even know it was your birthday. Isn't that something?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. That's the GoFundMe link. Like I said, for anybody that doesn't want to text me, you take a shot of that. That takes you right to the GoFundMe. GoFundMe, and this right here. If you text me the word donate, I'll give you all the links because GoFundMe, PayPal, Cash App, Zelle. But let me go back up here. It's yeah, I don't have Cash App. They stole our look. They stole our Cash App. But here, show Chief some love. So I want to make sure. Reason why I put that his like $ sick SIKAPE, not and then I put Rodney Hayes there because there's somebody else there that got something out there that says Rod Hayes. This is the one that says Rodney Hayes is our chief. Am I correct,
Yeah.
Chief? Yeah. So even though the one that says Rod Hayes, we don't know who that is. So some of y'all have been sending to this whoever that is that did the same thing they did to us. Put something up. So they even put our picture up and was getting donations. Put the link, put the picture or logo up. I don't know who it was, but it wasn't us. It's just like this one right here. If it don't say Rodney Hayes, then it's not. It's not Chief Rodney Hayes. That Rod Hayes is a fraud. He might be. It may be really Rod Hayes, but not this Rod Hayes. How about that? And they've probably been getting all kinds of gifts on your behalf. So some parting words for us before we go.
Parting words would be this: keep your eye on current events because stuff is about to pick up in the next couple weeks, and we about to know more than we want to know.
Really.
Yeah.
Wow. So when you say that more than we want to know, you mean it's gonna be like overwhelming for some folks.
Some people not gonna be able to take it
Wow.
because they can't believe that the world that they live in could be so dark and callous. That's why a
Right.
lot of good men got to do a lot of bad stuff to a lot of horrible people.
Hmm. Right.
So
Well, all righty then. I think that I can. You look tired. I feel tired. We've been on here a long time. We could talk a long time, but we're gonna save something for the next time. How's
okay,
that?
you covered a lot of territory.
I know we talked about a lot of different things. Look, what is it? Happy birthday! A lot of here happy belated Earth Strong birthday, Chief. Look, happy belated
Appreciate it.
birthday. Yeah, here's some happy birthday season, and thank you for whoever said that because I certainly miss it because a lot of times we don't get all the different links of things pop up, so we
Look,
don't
I
know.
look. I don't be thinking about my birthday until people start telling me happy birthday, unless I'm doing flips.
Okay,
If I'm
well.
doing flips, they know when I say 11:10, born again. That's because that's the day I came in, initiated 10 toes down. So I say 11:10, and then you got the mirror flips, right? 10:11, right? You got 11:1,
Okay.
right? You got 1:11. So this portal, this 11:11 portal goes to the 1:11 portal.
And that portal is
January 11th.
okay.
So the portal, this is a turnaround portal. Things come back that was formerly lost. It's the return cycle on the
Mm.
closeout.
Said Kamala might be president even next week. Biden might step down.
They've been ran a coup on Biden. They came out and talked about it about a month ago when they made him step down from running for president. And they was talking about they did an in-house coup to remove Biden. Biden ain't been the president since he went for that colonoscopy because they said he had Alzheimer's and they can't put him in a position to make decisions. So Kamala been the de facto president ever since then.
Mm. Wow.
Remember, when the president go into anesthesia, the vice president becomes the acting president. Most of us ain't paid this stuff no attention.
Mm.
So when Kamala became the acting president, the only way Joe Biden, he had to come out of anesthesia in case he come out with brain damage.
So he went
He
in
had
with
to
brain damage.
right.
No.
He went in with the character went in with Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that when the character come out of anesthesia, he can never be put back in power because he's not cognitively astute. He can't make decisions. And that's why he sounded like a babbling idiot for 4 years.
I'm gonna throw this up. It's a totally different subject, but since somebody puts it up, I saw something twice. Is Brother Panic not here with us anymore? I don't know. Do you know?
Who went to the funeral?
You did?
I said, who went to the funeral?
I don't know.
Where
The
is it?
same, the same people that went to eat. What's his name? Effie. Because I was wondering where he was, where they buried him when they have a funeral for him. But maybe it was because he was such a bad person.
If somebody the magnitude of Brother Panic with the amount of people that knew him, there would have been some kind of memorial service. I
Well,
would
I know they had
suspect.
some kind of event that you had to buy a ticket to, but I don't know whether that was the memorial or what. But I remember seeing that because I
No.
really discovered. We don't know. The answer is we don't know.
Anybody know who seen the body?
I don't know. That's all I can say. See, I just
Uh,
started something.
I be
I don't
asking
know.
I be asking these questions for the people that be wanting to know to look a little deeper. Don't just take the cover story. Because
Uh,
everybody we think gone ain't gone. And a lot of people that we think still here is being played by skin mask and deep fake technology.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, yep. I'm just throwing
Thank
them out.
y'all for the solar return wishes.
Yeah, trying to click on some of them. Okay. Right. There we go. So we thank you. I thank you. I thank each and every one of you. Know I love y'all. Those of you who come be with us next Friday, the 22nd, it's gonna be, especially if you want to know, how to you need to connect with the teacher Lady J and Sister Armenta L rather, um, and Brother Dave, but especially those that are like, how do I get out of this? How do I get out? We're gonna have the answers next Tuesday. I mean next Tuesday, next Friday, the 22nd. 22nd, 2-2. That's a number that's a good number, right? Ask
Tomorrow's gonna be a brighter day. That's all I can tell y'all.
well
Exactly
my
when
faith
tomorrow's
already
gonna be here, I can't tell you.
okay. All right. Yep. Okay. So we get ready to get out of here. I'm just kind of click up. I'm just sitting in, bringing some of the. I don't want to ignore some of you, but thank you. Thank you for being here. We're gonna go out with I'm gonna just put the banner up so y'all can know to come on and be here on next Friday. Those last time we had one sister came all the way, traveled all the way from California for our Friday night session. We had people from Indianapolis and from Atlanta and everything. I mean, it was we had to bring chairs up from the downstairs because we didn't have enough room for everybody, enough seats rather for everyone. So I hope to see that and you all would come and get this information that's not going to be available on tape because we don't tape those sessions because every time we do those, we're talking about stuff that we don't want, to put out there in the open public. So you have to come and get it, and you want to make the connect with them, and you have to meet them here. Okay.
And thank you, Dr.
Love you,
G.
Mike. Love you too, Chief. Love you too. Okay, y'all.
Of information.
Wow. Wow. And so, according to you, based on what I've heard, the way we can restore harmony and balance is by restoring the matriarchy. Is that correct?
That's the only way.
Mm. I
That's
don't
the
know if
only
that's
way.
going to go over. I don't know if that's going to go over too well, because even when you first told me that, I was like, I don't know if we're ready for that, Chief.
Well, we got to be ready for it because before 1492, we haven't been away from the matriarchy on the land totally since they've been here, but we had to put the male chiefs out front for the purpose of war.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, in order for us to perpetuate healing, you have to put the nurturing tribal mothers out front.
Mm.
The mothers are the healers of the nation.
Okay.
And this is why healed women heal women, because the mitochondrial resonance allows the healed women to be able to download the healing sequence of the woman that recovered.
I see.
So so they use conjure magic to break up the sisterhood. It was
Mm.
called the shattering of the Sibyls. And
Okay. Can you?
those were the high priestesses of the land, the oracles of the land. Right. Mommy Water is part of the Mommy Water writings, and she tell you about it. The sacerdotal seat is the Pope sits under it. He can't sit on it. He's not a woman. And they
Ooh.
tell us that it's St. Peter's seat. But St. Peter's seat is in a whole different place in Europe.
Is this why the Pope like worships Madonna, or give reverence to the Madonna, because he knows this is the correct way?
Yeah. And he know that if he don't acknowledge her, his kingdom will crumble, but he don't have to tell us he acknowledging her. He got us acknowledging some stringy hippie that's going to come back with a Philharmonic orchestra surfing on the cloud to save the souls of the innocent lambs of the earth.
Mm,
Ridiculous.
mm, mm.
Ridiculous.
So how did they use conjure wars in order to destroy the matriarchal systems that were here before?
Well, right here, over here, right, the controlling conjures coming out of D.C.
Okay.
So the breaking of the conjure, this is why they got all of those buildings fenced in.
What? Okay.
They've been fenced in since 2020. See anybody? Okay, it's a young lady on YouTube named Nancy Drew, and
Yes. Yes.
she been going around showing you everything fenced in for the last 5 years.
She sure has. You're right. She sure has.
And then if you remember the Senate hearings from the Iran Contra, and if you remember any of the Senate hearings from the 90s, and you see where they doing Senate hearings, that's not the same building.
Mm.
It's not the same
Okay.
location. So they somewhere else masquerading as if they doing Senate hearings. The corporation is dead. It's a defunct corporation.
Okay.
The most recent thing was they finally fenced in the Federal Reserve. That means we seized that.
Mm.
And on the heels of that, the United States Treasury had to buy all of the banks to keep people from losing all of their money.
That's not common knowledge, is it? That the United
No,
States Treasury bought all the. Okay.
the United
Wow.
States Treasury is not even in D.C. no more. It's on tribal land and right outside Reno, Nevada.
Wow. Okay. This is excellent news. What does this mean for we the people?
Okay, so we going away from fiat currency
Okay.
and we transferring over to gold-backed currency. The
Okay.
Federal Reserve System was the fiat system tied to the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund. The United States Treasury System is going to be tied to the BRICS, right?
Mm.
But it has to come online first, which means they have to crash the Federal Reserve System publicly,
Mm.
so they can justify switching over to what's used to be called United States Treasury notes.
I see.
Right. Remember, JFK tried to bring back the silver certificate United States Treasury notes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And the Federal Reserve was in on what happened with him.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to remember, it was overseen by George Herbert Walker Bush, and he's come from the oil tycoon line on the Bush line and from the bankers off the press guys.
Okay.
So he had a double interest because he got controlling the oil interests, right? So you got to remember what was going on at the time that they assassinated JFK.
Mm.
He's doing speeches condemning the church for sending people to say, since you're a Catholic, you need to work for us Jesuits, and he pretty much told them to KMA,
Mm.
right? So he came out and did the speech to separation of church and state,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? Then
Right.
he discovered that there was this all these secret societies was plotting to claim America away from the tribe, from the people.
Mm.
He came out and he did a speech at the press club is the name of the speech to the press club, address to the press or something like that. But in it, he talks about the secret societies and the methods they was using that was telling the public what was going on behind the scenes. And now he's coming with the Federal Reserve. Okay, they filed bankruptcy, so they're insolvent already. So they got us betting on ass, as they say in the gambling casino. Right? We're gambling with money that doesn't have anything to support us to cash it in.
Okay.
Right? So we use the monopoly money, and we trying to get people to do business with us with monopoly money, and as if it's real.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And they were only credits to float the banking system to administer this artificial government. This corporate government was what the real bankruptcy was about.
Okay.
The government went bankrupt. The banker stepped in and gave them loans. Then they foreclosed on the loans because the corporate government couldn't pay the loans back. Then when they took over, they used the Congress to pass a series of bills, the Federal Reserve Act, the Buck Act, the Internal Revenue Act, the United States tax codes. All of that came out together as part of a means to turn us into debt servants, put us under contractual slavery, because everybody know debt equals slavery.
Right.
So and the good credit score means you've been a good slave.
Ooh.
So they know who they can trust to give larger and larger amounts of access to the credit without having to use their indemnity account. They trade that in the international market and batch roll birth certificates. Right? Wall Street was always founded on human trafficking. When they talk about pork bellies, they talk about babies.
Wow.
Right? When they talk about all of those are codes. Ain't none of that stuff what they telling you.
Okay.
And then now they phantom trading because Wall Street been shut down for a couple of years, so they phantom trading. They just making up numbers to make it look like it's some real trading going on.
Wow, I did not know that.
I've been telling people that for years. I was saying, if you get to a good stock, hurry up and ride it and cash out because they just phantom trade. Right? So while they phantom trading, they ain't telling you that they got caught laundering over $1 trillion in drug money, $1 trillion in international illegal firearm sales, $1 trillion in